Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very pleased to welcome you and have the opportunity to speak here on behalf of the United Nations Environment Programme. And I would like to thank the hosts from the Norwegian Standard Organization and also the all ICT 207 chairs to give me the opportunity here to present the work of the United Nations Environment Programme we have done with the Society of Environmental Toxicology and Chemistry, short CTEC. This is an initiative we have developed since 2002. It's a partnership on promoting life cycle assessment and life cycle management, really based on the ISO 14040 series. And it was 2002 that the initiative was launched. That was exactly when the first ISO standard in this area was then approved, and we worked towards a refinement, and I would also say globalization, and a very strong effort, UNEP as a global organization, and especially on capability development and trying to do as much as possible in this area. Following the request in the Johannesburg plan of implementation, where especially was mentioned that there was a need for capability development on life cycle analysis. Some progress was made on this part, but just, I will come back at the end to capability development. I can say some progress was made, but as you see in some of the discussions on footprinting, not enough progress was made with regard to capability development. Not enough efforts were done, although we were trying to make this really the priority to get global acceptance of this way to reduce pressures on the environment from consumption and production. So I will now then talk about life cycle-based tools for low carbon, and I added, resource efficient society, and you will understand with my introductory part that is coming from me here is, you introduced me as program officer. My portfolio is overall innovation in the sustainable consumption and production branch, and this is about resource efficiency, and I will try to explain why this is relevant while moving to a low carbon society. So that's the first part. So I will introduce first of all why we think it's low carbon and resource efficiency goes together. Then I will introduce the UNEP CTEC Life Cycle Initiative. I will introduce work, a 2 years process on global guidance principles for life cycle assessment, but in principle for life cycle inventory databases. I will then come to the work on life cycle impact assessment in the context of the Life Cycle Initiative, and then on the management side, and as I indicated, a very important work on capacity building, training, awareness, outreach, especially in the developing countries. So I would like to introduce you first the 6 priorities of the United Nations Environment Programme. And you have here in blue climate change and resource efficiency, sustainable consumption and production. And then you have others that are related also to impacts. On the yellow side, this is harmful substances and hazardous waste and ecosystems management. And then you have topics of disaster conflicts and overall the real challenging dimension of environmental governance at the international level, where people look forward to the conference next year, Rio +20, to see if there some progress on this topic can be made. I'm putting this together because these different priorities from UNEP show that while we want to address climate change, it's also important not to shift the burdens to other areas of impact. And this is here, for example, chemicals and biodiversity ecosystems management and resources like water depletion. I will come to this with assessment studies we have done. So first of all, I would like to introduce you the concept of sustainable consumption and production. So it's really about consuming and producing more efficiently. So clearly linked to the concept of resource